Hi everybody, I'm Cody.
I'm Chantal.
And welcome to Unit 4, The Trouble with Trees. So this article will discuss how the companies and countries that have the world's most pollution are taking a look at how they can offset their carbon footprint. Offset.
Offset.
And one of those ways is by creating a lot of areas that have a lot of planted trees. One problem with that is these are very one type of trees, and so it's creating a monoculture farm rather than natural forest. Monoculture.
Monoculture.
That can create issues for other environmental factors of natural landscape and what kind of trees and vegetation live there. So, but they need to definitely take a look at how they offset their carbon footprint more. And so with that key idea, carbon footprint is, do you think, or have you ever thought about how big your carbon footprint is?
I have thought about it because I think it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a hot topic, but it's a big thing nowadays. People are focused a lot on pollution and etc.
Right.
I think mine is not too big. I don't drive anymore since moving to Korea. I use the subway or I take the bus, and I walk a lot too. The only big thing I would think of is more in terms of plastic. Plastic-wise, I think there's a lot of plastic here. Everything's wrapped in plastic, covered, boxed, whatever.
Right.
So in that sense, yes, I'm little plastic monster.
Yeah, I too also have a lot of recyclables to throw away, and whether it's plastic bags or plastic containers.
Yes.
And I feel really bad because the last week or so with the kind of coronavirus regulations, everything is delivery pretty much. And so I have to have the packages and the plastic things. So I've tried to also personally offset that and buy food at the markets and cook at home.
Yes.
That's one way I could do it.
Yes.
As for kind of my carbon footprint as a whole, I also don't drive anymore like I did in America, although sometimes I have rented a car, so I'm adding to that here.
Tisk.
Yeah. But the weather has shifted to fall, so it's a little cooler the last few nights. So
nice.
I sleep with the windows open,
Same.
a little fan, and I love it.
Yes.
No more AC so far.
Right.
But in summertime, I had the AC blaring.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes. Or summer just kind of ended. But I personally hate humidity. I like dry heat from where I'm from in Texas.
In South Africa too, I'm used to dry heat. I can't do humidity. I just die. I'm a grumpy old woman.
I need a fan instantly if there's any humidity. Fan or AC blaring. I have to have that. But another way people are personally actively limiting or reducing their carbon footprint is by themselves planting a tree. So would you ever plant a tree or plant some kind of vegetation?
Yes, I know there are some scientists who believe that planting more trees are not the panacea, to get rid of CO2.
Panacea?
Panacea. But I do believe planting something here and there does make a small difference. We're helping plants, we're helping animals, we're helping the ground in some small way. So yes, I do think in small measures it could help.
Right.
Obviously, maybe in bigger areas, like you mentioned, destroying forests or destroying grasslands might not be a good idea.
Yeah, we don't want to completely change the ecosystems of those landscapes and environments. But I also purchased a tree for my house, but that's not necessarily helping the whole environment.
It's helping your environment.
Cleaning my own air purifying in some ways. But I do miss the fact that back in America, we had a lot of land and we can garden. And my parents always had me do landscaping. So I would plant more trees, definitely plant flowers every year, take care of the grass. We took real good care of that.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's also important in some small measure.
Yeah.
And now for the language focus of the unit. The first one is after all. It's used to introduce something. So the car manufacturer recalled their vehicles. After all, the airbags were exploding.
Next one is rather than ing. For example, rather than going to university immediately after school, some students take a gap year to travel or work.
That sounds very good. I wish I did that.
I know, me too. I think I would never have started studying then, so maybe it was
It'll be
better.
so hard, right? Well, that's it for the preview, and we'll see you in the review section.